Is that a fatty with a mortar launcher? It's Tribes of Sin time. Hello guys, once again. It's Elbrook here, bringing you some Tribes of Sin gameplay. We're doing CTF on Arx Novena, and I am on Blood Eagle. Just had our flag capped. Very tragic. There I am, fighting it out with a brute. He's making his way into our gen room. Kind of surveying around, looks like the flag area is kind of clear, so they did take out our generator, so I'm going to come back in. Here's Mr. Brute, just came out of the gen room, now he wants to take out our turrets as well. Dropped a mortar on his head, didn't do too much, miss. Hit him with a disc toss, and I tried to follow it up, but I missed completely, and he's out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and put one on the flag stand, just for good measure. See a guy making his way back in there, try to hit him, don't get him, he's already in there. Here I am, taking my sweet time. Firing off a shot. It's not hitting anything. There goes the flag shooting out of the out of our flag area. I'm trying to help this flag guy out by taking this guy out. I'm not doing a very good job. Flag is down again. Ooh, and they get the flag back. Wow, that was a really strong tree. Trees of the future. Ugh. And I hadn't had a chance to regen yet. I was only at half health, and so made easy work for the raider to come up and finish me off with a few Arcs Buster rounds in the back. I really enjoy the gameplay that the Juggernaut has to offer. It's another one of those high risk, high reward sort of classes. I would argue that the Juggernaut is probably one of the more, if not the most, flexible of the heavies, in my opinion. When I think of the heavies, I think of the Brute as he is kamikaze generator guy. I mean, there's no mistaking those fractal grenades. You run in there, you just shoot them all out, you die, and you watch those aftermaths stack up. The Doombringer, in my mind, I see the Doombringer as sort of the premier flag stand heavy, simply because the combination of the dumbfire rocket launcher, the chain gun, the force field, and the mines can create a very formidable defense for the flag. What you do, you drop your force field, you drop your mines, head back to the inventory station, you refill, and the moment that those get taken out, you just put them right back up. And it is definitely, you're definitely, as a flag runner, you're probably going to need some help taking all those defenses out, because while you can one-shot the mines, they can be kind of hard to spot, they can be kind of hard to hit sometimes, and you're definitely not going to be able to take his force field out with one spin fuser on your way in. So maps like Temple Ruins, where it's not easy to strike the stand on your way in, you definitely need help clearing that flag. So I guess that leaves the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is, I guess he would be classified as base harassment, but I don't think it stops there. I think he's excellent for gen defense. He's great for generator defense. He can defend the flag, although in my opinion not as effectively as a Doombringer. He's great at kills. He has some pretty excellent burst. There's no mistaking the effectiveness of the mortar launcher. The mortar launcher is great. The one thing that the Juggernaut kind of has going against him, though, is just he needs time to deliver that burst. got travel time on the spin fuser and the disc toss. You've got travel time and then detonation time of the mortar. And so you need to have the time to get those things to the target and have them explode before the target evades. And so it can be a bit tricky when you're in a one-on-one situation in the midfield. Being a heavy, you definitely have some... the odds are stacked against you in terms of mobility, and heavies, they just eat that energy so quickly, and they have pretty poor regen. So your best bet is to really try to conserve as much energy as you can for evasive maneuvers. So here I am, taking out a guy in the gen room. See the tech going in there, and I see an explosion go off, so clearly there's another heavy in there. I want to try to help him clear that out so he can get to that generator and get it repaired. Got Mr. Infiltrator in here with the Jackal trying to kill me. Keep bumping my head against everything trying to get out. That Jackal is nasty. Flag's down on our stand. I'm just trying to put some fire near and around our flag guy. And the moment I look away, he gets taken out. They return the flag. Sorry, teammate. They just grab our flag. That was an excellent back to front route. He is already gone, and there's no chance that my mortar will reach him, so I don't even try. I'd have to say my favorite setup currently for the Juggernaut is the regular mortar launcher. I tend to bounce back and forth between the spin fuser and the X1. I think the X1 is great for if you plan to play a bit more aggressively. It definitely helps to combat being trampolined by light and mediums. So you do have some kind of defense for targets that are in the air for a long time. But obviously it's going to lack the burst that a spin fuser is going to have. And also, I like having the spin fuser because you can really take advantage of that potential energy perk, which in my opinion is a must-have if you're a heavy, that potential energy. Whenever you take damage, a percentage of that is translated into energy. And so you can disc yourself, and if you're low on energy, you can disc jump. Or if someone's shooting you, you take damage, and it'll definitely help you to remain a bit more mobile when you need it. So definitely a great perk there. And for my first perk, you have a few choices, but I tend to gravitate towards safety third. An extra grenade is never a bad thing. But if you're not interested in that, I would probably recommend, I don't know, Bounty Hunter's kind of fun. It's just kind of a good go-to. Extra credits are always nice, whether you're trying to spam those strikes or if you just want a little extra cash to help upgrade base defenses. Generally, as a Juggernaut, if I'm base defending, I'm not going to be doing a lot of strikes, a lot of tactical or orbital strikes, so I like to save up that money to get that generator up to Mark 4 as soon as possible to try to help out my generator guys and help out my technicians so they can keep those turrets up, keep those base turrets up as well. So they are all over our flag guy and our base. I'm just trying to put fire down there, try to make it as difficult as possible for those guys to chase our flag. Just barely get that guy with the tail end of my AoE on that mortar. And then I get out of there. I hear that orbital strike of doom. I don't want to be a part of that multi-kill, so I'm out of there. See, our flag is down. It looks like they're going to get it. It's unfortunate. Here's a horribly delayed tactical strike I tried to put down. And I get a guy trying to come into our generator room. I think a lot of the fun with the mortar launcher is getting those artillery strikes just never gets old. Especially when it's one of those clutch, you know, you just wasted the flag guy in midfield from your base. It's always fun. Tag a guy coming into our gen room. I'm out of ammo, so I'm gonna have to switch over to that. I'm gonna run back and try to fill up on my ammo real quick. Do not like being out of mortars. I think what I really like about the mortar launcher though is it's such a fun weapon. You can do a lot of really fun things. You can there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve to it, and really trying to get a feel for the travel time, how it bounces.
Diamond Sword has our flag. We have the sword as flag. That's Diamond Sword has secured their flag. Medium hostile in the midfield. Our generator's back online. Our flag is secure.
Decided I had a little bit of money to spend. I would go ahead and try to strike the enemy base. I didn't spend it on any base defenses because we're kind of having a tragic time keeping our generator up. We pretty much have a brute and or a couple brutes maybe and an infiltrator that are just constantly attacking that gen room, and so I figured I would just give the enemy base a shot, but it didn't look like they were defending too heavily at their base. I think most of them are coming over to our base to assault, so. That flag is definitely gone. Get him, Grav Bike. Go get him.
We have the sword as flag. Our generator has been destroyed.
Generator's down again.
Our flag is secure.
Ooh, hello.
Secured their flag.
Try to take him out. Fire one shot and I miss. Let's give it one more shot. Ugh. See if we can get that off in there. And it connects. Again, the flag is gone. The enemy team did an excellent job on their flag routes. They're really just... On most maps, I have at least one shot I can get off before they're out of effective mortar range. And on a map like this, it can be a bit tricky to chase with the flag. Get a little piece of him. Boom, and I connect with the midair. Oof, that was painful. I just ate my own mortar. That took me down to half health immediately before this fight even starts. So I'm definitely in a bad place. I really needed that disc to connect, and it doesn't, and he is just going to whittle me away with the LAR. That right there was my last chance. I miss horribly, and I get finished off with the next one.
Diamond Sword has secured their flag. We have the sword as flag.
You hear that orbital strike of doom? I'm trying to get out of there, just barely evade it. So now here I am in a 2-on-1 situation. It's not looking too good for me. I'm low on energy already. I'm getting hit by an X1, and I'm getting trampolined by a... I think it's a soldier, but I'm not sure. And then I end up backing up right into another orbital strike. This is when you can tell it's near the end of the round. That's when all the orbital strikes come out. Everyone's frantically trying to spend all that money before the round ends. Get those multi-kills. Guy's getting some solid shots in on me with the NJ5, which is the I guess the scoped version of the NJ4. It's pretty powerful as well. So I'm going to try to do some clever evading here. I'm really just trying to buy enough time to reach in, which is another advantage that the Juggernaut does have. He has a lower regen time than the other heavies. And so if you find yourself in a bad situation, you really want to do the best you can to try to get out of there, and at least try to reach in and reset the fight. So now I'm just trying to keep an eye out on our flag guy. We got a guy coming in, and he just gets served up by a, I'm assuming a holdout shotgun, which is also a pretty beast weapon for the Pathfinder. We've got a guy calling in another tactical, or I'm sorry, orbital strike. So I'm not trying to be a part of that. I'm just putting something on the flag. Our flag is dropped. Fire one. I get one. Fire again. I get another guy, and I'm trying to put some more fire near that flag. And I pick up a 3-piece. I'm going to try to follow that up with a tactical strike. I really don't want them coming near that flag. Another enemy orbital strike. They are just laying waste to our base. And then we're going to turn it in for the win. So, great job. Great job to our team for running those flags, keeping those guys at bay. And that's going to wrap it up for CTF on Arx Novena. I'll see you guys next time.